Chosen one, this moment is not random. Heaven has aligned your path to this very second. You were led here by divine appointment, not curiosity. The Spirit of God is stirring around you, whispering through creation, preparing you for a supernatural awakening and a divine transfer unlike anything you've known. You are standing at the threshold of revelation where signs in nature confirm what your spirit already knows. Abundance is shifting in your favor. As Deuteronomy 8:18 declares, "It is He who gives you power to get wealth." Listen closely, Anointed One. What you're about to hear carries heaven's signature. Chosen one. You didn't stumble here by coincidence. You were summoned. Heaven has been watching you, not your habits, but your frequency. Every prayer, every sigh, every quiet why has reached the throne. What you feel right now is divine timing unfolding, the moment where your spirit and your future finally meet. Something in you has been stirring lately, a tension between peace and pressure, faith and fatigue. That's not confusion. That's divine movement. When heaven prepares to promote you, it doesn't send chaos. It sends confirmation. And confirmation often hides in the ordinary, in symbols and whispers and patterns only those with awakened eyes can see. The butterfly, the ant, the bird, the spider, the frog, they're not random. They're divine signals marking your spiritual acceleration. Anointed One, you've been sensing this for a while. The restlessness, the sense that your old ways no longer fit, that certain rooms feel too small for your spirit, that's not you being unstable. That's heaven expanding your container. You are standing in the early stages of a divine wealth transfer, a supernatural promotion, a new chapter written by the hand of God Himself. When the butterfly appears, it's heaven's first announcement. It tells you your old identity has expired. You don't just see it, you feel it hovering in your atmosphere, carrying revelation on its wings. I remember when this began for me. Everything in my life started shaking. People left, doors closed, routines collapsed. It felt like loss, but it was actually a sacred redesign. The butterfly doesn't come to decorate your life, it comes to disrupt it. Chosen one, that's what's happening to you. God isn't punishing you, He's positioning you. Every delay was divine alignment. Every silence was strategy. Every broken connection was protection. Heaven was reordering your surroundings so the oil on your life could finally flow without contamination. When a caterpillar enters the cocoon, it doesn't struggle to hold its shape, it surrenders. It dissolves completely so something greater can form. That's the stage you're in now. The darkness you feel isn't death, it's development. Heaven hides you when it's refining you. The cocoon is not confinement, it's construction. You may feel alone, but solitude is heaven's classroom. When God hides you, He's not withholding blessing. He's preparing you to handle it. The silence isn't empty, it's filled with the sound of angels rearranging your destiny. I remember sitting in that silence myself, between loss and revelation, between tears and promise. I thought God was distant, but He was nearer than He'd ever been. He was stripping away the noise so I could hear Him clearly. And when I did, I understood rebirth doesn't start with clarity, it starts with surrender. Chosen one, surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means giving over, handing your plans back to the one who wrote them. You've carried burdens heaven never asked you to carry. You've tried to save people God already released. You've tried to hold together situations that were meant to collapse. But the butterfly teaches this: what looks like the end is often the beginning of flight. Your discomfort is holy. That pressure you feel is the stretching of your spirit to match the promise. You prayed for expansion. This is what it feels like. Don't fight the cocoon, trust it. God is doing more in your silence than you could accomplish in your striving. And while you wait, watch the signs. Butterflies appear when heaven whispers, let go. When one lands near you, pause. Ask yourself, what in my life can no longer fly with me? Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's false humility. Maybe it's people who loved your potential but not your process. Whatever it is, release it, because only the free can rise. Chosen one, this is not just about transformation. It's about transference. You're being prepared for divine exchange, beauty for ashes, strength for sorrow, increase for endurance. Heaven is turning every hidden struggle into visible favor. The same hands that broke you are the hands now blessing you. You may not see it yet, but everything that once made you weep is being rewritten as testimony. The pain you carried is becoming proof that God was there all along. That's why the butterfly comes first. It heralds resurrection. It's heaven's quiet announcement that something inside you is being reborn, that your atmosphere is about to change. Don't mistake the loneliness of this season for abandonment. It's elevation. You're not losing people, you're losing access to limitation. You're not being forgotten, you're being focused. And every time you choose stillness over panic, faith over fear, heaven records it as obedience. Anointed one. I know it hurts, but you're not falling apart, you're being rearranged. The pressure is proof that you've entered divine timing. The shaking is proof that the foundation is about to shift. The butterfly is your confirmation that the release has already begun. So breathe. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to chase what's already assigned to you. You don't need to beg for what heaven has already marked as yours. You just need to become light enough to rise. This is your moment of metamorphosis. You're being transformed from survival to sovereignty, from waiting to reigning, from brokenness to blessing. Heaven is calling your name, and creation is responding around you. Chosen one, don't shrink back now. Let go of everything that cannot ascend. The wings are forming, the light is breaking, the promise is near. The butterfly has arrived. Chosen one. After the butterfly comes something smaller, quieter, but just as divine. The ant. It appears when heaven decides your spirit is ready to rebuild. The butterfly awakened you, but the ant grounds you. Because revelation without structure collapses. God isn't just giving you wings, He's teaching you how to walk with wisdom. Anointed one, your foundation is shifting. Heaven is showing you that what carried you in the last season can't hold the weight of what's coming. The ant is heaven's architect sent to remind you that growth without order leads to spiritual chaos. It moves with rhythm, precision, and purpose, and so must you. You've prayed for increase, for abundance, for supernatural release, but heaven is waiting for your preparation to match your prayer. I remember that season in my own life. I begged God for more, but nothing moved. Then one morning I saw ants crawling across my desk. I almost brushed them away until something in my spirit whispered, "Look again." I realized they weren't lost. They were building. Every ant carried more than its size could justify. Each one moved with focus. And in that moment, the Holy Spirit said, "That's how destiny is built, one sacred step at a time." Chosen one. The ant doesn't appear to frustrate you. It appears to align you, to teach you that divine progress begins in order. It's time to put things back in place, not just your room or your routine, but your energy, your focus, your spirit. God is not the author of confusion. Before He blesses you publicly, He restores you privately. The ant represents divine structure, the spiritual system that supports supernatural increase. Look at how it works. It plans, it prepares, it partners. The ant knows it cannot build alone. That's why heaven sends it to you to remind you that isolation is not holiness. Partnership is not weakness. Even Jesus worked with 12. The ant whispers, "You don't have to carry this by yourself." Who have you refused to lean on because you feared looking weak? Who has God sent that you've ignored because pride called it independence? The ant calls you back into divine cooperation. The blessings you're praying for are bigger than what one person can manage. Heaven multiplies through unity, not ego. And there's another truth here, one the Spirit is highlighting for you. Now, confusion is a thief. The enemy doesn't always attack through people. Sometimes he attacks through disorder. Disorganization is spiritual sabotage. It clutters your focus, drains your energy, and blocks your flow. The ant arrives as a warning, rebuild before it breaks. Anointed one, take this personally. Clean your environment. Simplify your commitments. Declutter your spirit. Stop multitasking your purpose. Every time you restore order in your physical world, heaven mirrors it in your spiritual world. You cannot hold new oil in old containers. Maybe you've noticed the pattern: when your space is cluttered, your peace disappears. When your mind is scattered, your prayers lose direction. The ant teaches you to slow down, to move deliberately, to turn discipline into devotion. Because discipline is worship too. And maybe you've been asking God, why haven't you moved yet? But the question is not about his timing, it's about your readiness. Heaven can't release what you're not structured to receive. The ant comes when you're close, dangerously close to overflow. But if the foundation isn't set, overflow becomes waste. Chosen one. This isn't correction, it's preparation. The ant is proof that heaven trusts you enough to build with you. God is training your hands to hold what's coming. The same way an army drills before battle, you're being trained for abundance. The wealth transfer you've been sensing, spiritual and material, requires spiritual stewardship. Heaven can't release what you won't manage. I know this truth intimately. When I ignored order, blessings slipped through my fingers. But when I learned to structure my time, my spirit, my priorities, everything multiplied. What once drained me began to feed me. That's the rhythm of the ant, steady, humble, unstoppable. Chosen one, you've been asking for acceleration. Heaven is giving you alignment. Acceleration without direction leads to collision. God is teaching you to build slowly so you can last long. You don't need to rush, you just need to move with purpose. Every small step is prophetic. Every act of order is warfare. So when you see the ant, again, don't dismiss it. Watch. Listen. It carries heaven's whisper: prepare, organize, and expect. Because where there's order, glory flows. When you align your environment, you align your destiny. The butterfly prepared your heart. The ant prepares your hands. One taught you surrender, the other teaches you stewardship. And once both are complete, heaven can finally send the wind again, not just to move you, but to multiply you. Chosen one. The foundation is being set. The cracks are being sealed. The vision is being framed. Heaven is waiting for one thing: your yes to order. Because once that yes is spoken, everything you've prayed for begins to manifest. You're not building alone. You're building with heaven. Chosen one. After the ant comes a messenger from above the bird. The butterfly awakened your soul. The ant grounded your purpose. But the bird anointed one lifts your spirit back toward the heavens. It comes when God wants to remind you he's still speaking. You may not hear thunder, but you will feel peace. The bird appears when your heart grows heavy, when confusion fills your mind, when prayer feels like silence. It doesn't come to entertain you, it comes to align you. Its song carries frequency from heaven, a melody wrapped in meaning. Heaven often speaks through stillness, not storms. I remember one of my hardest seasons, praying, fasting, and hearing nothing. One morning, a small bird landed outside my window. It sang the same note again and again until my spirit quieted. In that silence, I felt it. You're not forgotten. That's what birds do. They bring messages when your faith needs air. Chosen one, heaven is not distant. The air around you is alive with guidance. But in a world addicted to noise, only the still can hear heaven. The bird's arrival means it's time to lift your awareness. Not everything you hear is meant for your ears. Some words are meant for your spirit. You may see a dove, peace after chaos, a hummingbird, joy after fatigue, a crow, rebirth after endings, a songbird, hope after heartbreak. Each carries a divine vibration, a specific word for a specific moment. Heaven sends them not to decorate your life, but to direct it. Anointed one, when birds circle you, land near you, or sing insistently, pause. Don't dismiss it as coincidence. Creation itself is responding to your awakening. The same spirit that hovered over the waters now hovers over your timeline, reminding you of what's ahead. You've been praying for signs. The birds are the signs. Heaven is teaching you to perceive differently, to stop chasing external validation and start sensing divine navigation. What once felt random now becomes revelation. The crow may visit when something old must die so something new can live. The dove lands when forgiveness has finally broken through bitterness. The hummingbird hovers when joy begins to return. These moments are not small. They are coded confirmations that your spirit is rising again. I once knew a woman who was drowning in grief after losing her child. Every day a white dove would land on her balcony at the same time. She ignored it at first, but one morning the dove stayed longer silent and still. She said she felt peace not because her pain was gone, but because she realized heaven had been near all along. Chosen one, that's what heaven is doing for you. These signs are not random. They are reminders. You are surrounded by guidance. The challenge isn't to ask for more signs, it's to slow down enough to notice the ones already there. Heaven's voice doesn't shout, it sings, and only those who choose stillness can hear it clearly. The bird teaches you that clarity comes not from striving, but from alignment. You can't hear God through chaos, you hear Him through calm. When you slow down, the noise fades, the mind clears, and suddenly what felt like silence becomes revelation. That's when you'll sense direction, that nudge, that gentle pull, that inner knowing. The bird's flight mirrors your own journey, ascending, gliding, trusting the invisible wind. Anointed one. This is your call to rise above the noise. You are not meant to crawl through confusion, you are meant to soar through revelation. The bird comes to say, lift your eyes. Stop replaying what went wrong and look at what's unfolding. Your altitude is changing. When heaven sends birds, it's not just to comfort, it's to call you higher. To prepare your mind for new instructions, new assignments, new opportunities. The next idea, the next door, the next miracle, it won't come through effort, it will come through peace. I've learned that when God prepares to shift your season, He quiets your surroundings first. Don't mistake stillness for delay. Stillness is setup. The silence you fear is actually heaven arranging the wind. So if you've been hearing birds at unusual times, if feathers appear on your path, if melodies repeat in moments of doubt, pay attention. Heaven is guiding you by resonance, not reason. Chosen one, the bird's message is simple. Heaven is speaking. Are you listening? Let the question settle in your soul, because sometimes the miracle isn't that God spoke, it's that you finally stopped to hear Him. You are being tuned to the language of peace. The noise of the world cannot follow you where God is leading you. The higher you go, the quieter it gets. And in that quiet, you will hear what others miss. So the next time you see the bird, pause, smile, whisper, I hear you, Lord. Because that sound isn't coincidence, it's confirmation. Heaven is near. Chosen one. After the bird comes, the weaver, the spider. Heaven sends it when your eyes are ready to see what your patterns have been hiding. The butterfly teaches you surrender. The ant teaches you order. The bird teaches you awareness. But the spider teaches you responsibility. It reveals the truth that every thought, every emotion, every word you release is a thread, and those threads are forming the reality you live in. Anointed one. You are not just living life, you are weaving it. Every choice, every reaction, every belief is part of a spiritual web. Some of those threads are divine faith, purpose, vision, but others have been spun from fear, doubt, or old trauma. The spider's appearance is heaven's way of saying, it's time to see what you've been creating. I remember when this revelation came to me. For weeks, spiders appeared everywhere on my wall, near my mirror, even on my desk where I wrote prayers. At first I was uncomfortable. Then I heard it in my spirit, stop running. Look, when I finally paid attention, I realized I'd been repeating emotional loops, the same reactions, the same patterns, the same fears, thinking they were coincidences. But they weren't. They were the threads of my web. Chosen one, heaven isn't trying to scare you, it's trying to free you. The spider's web is not punishment, it's reflection. It shows you where your thoughts have trapped you and where your faith must be respun. Because in the kingdom, creation begins within. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You've asked God for a breakthrough, but the spider appears to remind you. Breakthrough starts when you take responsibility for your weave. You can't receive new glory while replaying old grief. You can't carry divine purpose while clinging to patterns that contradict it. Anointed one, this is where heaven gets practical. Pay attention to your loops, the repeated situations, that keep reappearing in new disguises. The same arguments, the same disappointments, the same delays. They're not curses, they're clues. Each one shows you a thread that needs to be cut. The spider sits in silence, watching her web, knowing which lines vibrate with truth and which ones carry interference. You must do the same. Don't rush to fix everything at once. Watch, observe, discern. Heaven is showing you where you've been entangled. I know it hurts to look at what you've woven. I know it's easier to stay distracted than to face yourself. But freedom requires awareness. The patterns that keep you stuck are not external, they are energetic. They live in your reactions, in your memories, in your unhealed emotions. The spider appears when heaven is saying, it's time to choose your next pattern consciously. Chosen one. You are not trapped, you are weaving. And what you weave next determines what heaven can release. A spider can spin a web that traps or one that bridges. The same ability that created your cycles can now build your path. But you must stop blaming darkness for the threads you keep agreeing with. I remember one man I spoke to who told me spiders appeared everywhere in his car, his dreams, even his hallway. He was terrified. But as we prayed, it became clear he was repeating the same emotional wounds in every relationship. He wasn't cursed, he was looping. Once he recognized the pattern, the web stopped appearing. That's the mercy of God he reveals before he removes. The spider doesn't rush you, anointed one. It simply waits until you're ready to see. Heaven never exposes to shame, only to heal. This is the stage where wisdom replaces reaction. You no longer say, why is this happening to me? You begin to say, what is this teaching me? The spider whispers, creation takes time. Real transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens one thread at a time, one new decision, one forgiven memory, one changed thought. Every time you respond with awareness instead of anger, you spin a thread of gold. Every time you choose truth over fear, you strengthen your new design. Chosen one. I know some of your threads are heavy, woven from heartbreak, betrayal, shame. But you don't have to destroy the web. You only have to start weaving differently. The old will unravel naturally when the new takes form. You're not fighting the past, you're recreating the future. And here's the divine paradox: what once trapped you can now sustain you. The spider's same silk that catches prey also becomes its bridge to new heights. What the enemy meant for bondage, God turns into blueprint. Your lessons become ladders. Your pain becomes prophecy. But be warned, ignoring the pattern doesn't make it disappear, it only deepens it. The web keeps expanding until you decide to stop spinning unconsciously. That's why the spider's timing is sacred. It appears when you're finally ready to stop living on autopilot and start creating on purpose. Anointed One, Heaven is asking you to slow down, not out of fear, but out of faith. Because when you see clearly, you create powerfully. You are not just surviving, you are designing destiny. The spider's gift is discernment. It helps you distinguish between divine connections and draining ones, between purpose-driven habits and pattern-based comfort. So when you see the spider next, don't flinch. Don't brush it away. Whisper, show me what I've been weaving. Ask heaven to reveal where your energy has been misplaced, where your attention has been stolen. Because once you see it, you can choose differently. Chosen one, the web is sacred. It's your life, your energy, your story. You hold the power to remake it. The spider is heaven's reminder that even in silence, creation continues. You don't need to rush. You just need to align. You are not stuck. You are spinning. And soon the very pattern that used to hold you down will become the structure that lifts you higher. Chosen one. After the spider, heaven sends the purifier, the frog, the one that leaps from shadow into sight, carrying the final call of cleansing. You've transformed, rebuilt, listened, and discerned. Now comes the sacred work of release, because no awakening is complete until what no longer belongs is washed away. Anointed one, the frog arrives when the spiritual weight in your soul has reached its limit. It's heaven's way of saying, you are full, it's time to empty. This is the season where tears become prophecy and emotion becomes altar. The frog doesn't arrive in moments of comfort. It leaps into your life at the point of overflow when something inside you must be released before it hardens into pain. You've been strong for too long. You've smiled while your heart trembled. You've told others, "I'm fine," while your spirit whispered, "I'm not." The frog appears to break that silence. It carries the vibration of cleansing, not punishment, but purification. It comes when heaven is ready to flush out the hidden toxins of memory, regret, guilt, and unspoken grief that have been clouding your vision. I remember this season in my own life. Everything looked fine on the outside, but inside I was drowning. Then one night a frog appeared on my doorstep. It just sat there still unbothered, watching me. Something in my spirit knew it wasn't random. That night I wept for hours. I didn't plan to, but something deep within broke. And afterward I felt light again, like my soul could finally breathe. Chosen one, this is what the frog represents: the mercy of release. It's the divine permission to exhale what you've been holding. Heaven can't fill what's already full. And sometimes the greatest act of faith isn't pressing forward, it's letting go. You've been carrying grief that wasn't yours to carry. You've been holding forgiveness hostage because you didn't know how to release it safely. But now heaven says, let it rain. The frog doesn't sing in the drought, it sings after the storm. It waits for the rain, the symbol of cleansing, the sound of mercy. When you see frogs appearing repeatedly in your path near your home, even in dreams, it means your spirit is ready for purification. Heaven is preparing a deep emotional rinse. You may find yourself crying, suddenly remembering old moments, or feeling waves of emotion that seem to come from nowhere. Don't resist them. That's not weakness, that's washing. Anointed One, purification is heaven's preparation. You cannot step into divine overflow while your spirit is still holding residue from yesterday. The frog leaps because it lives between two realms, water and earth, spirit and flesh. It is heaven's way of showing you how to cross over. You've lingered too long between healing and holding on. This is the moment to leap, not with fear, but with faith. Let me tell you something. Sacred crying is not a setback. It's a spiritual technology. It's how your body releases what your words cannot. The frog comes to restore that balance. Heaven knows you've endured, but now you must purge. Because holding pain doesn't make you powerful, releasing it does. Chosen one, maybe this is why the battle's intensified lately. You've been trying to ascend while still anchored by emotions you never processed. You've been praying for expansion while heaven's been waiting for release. Every blessing requires space, and every spiritual upgrade demands detox. You can't pour new oil into a jar filled with yesterday's bitterness. So the frog appears to say, empty yourself and I will fill you. Don't fear the breakdown, it's sacred. Sometimes the miracle comes after the tears. Sometimes deliverance sounds like sobbing. Sometimes the only prayer heaven needs to hear is your raw, wordless cry. When the frog visits after rain, it's not just about weather, it's about timing. The storm has passed, and now it's time to cleanse what remains. If frogs have been crossing your path lately, heaven is saying, your healing has begun. The emotional heaviness, the strange fatigue, the sensitivity, these are signs that your soul is recalibrating. Anointed One, take this as divine permission, rest, release, reset. Journal what you can no longer carry. Write the names of those you need to forgive and burn the page. Take a salt bath and pray over the water. Speak over yourself, I release every weight that is not mine. Because this isn't symbolic, it's spiritual warfare. Purification breaks legal claims the enemy had through pain. I know this might feel uncomfortable, but heaven is cleansing you for capacity. The blessings coming next are pure. They require a pure vessel. You cannot hold new wealth, new love, new wisdom if your heart is still carrying residue from old seasons. The frog appears as heaven's purifier to make sure you can carry what's next. Chosen one, every release will be followed by a revelation. Every tear will water something divine. You are not breaking down. You're breaking open. This is what rebirth feels like, not calm, but cleansing, not perfection, but peace. And after this purification, you will notice a shift. The air will feel lighter. Your prayers will sound different. Your dreams will become clearer. That's the proof of release, heaven flowing freely through you again. So when you see the frog, pause. Whisper, it's time to let go. Don't rush the process. Let heaven wash what it needs to. Because after this, the heaviness you've carried for years will no longer fit your frequency. Chosen one, this is your divine exhale. You've endured the fire, the silence, the stretching. Now comes the washing. You are being prepared for the next dimension of promise. The cocoon has opened, the foundation has formed, the message has been heard, the pattern has been seen, and now the soul is being purified. When the cleansing is done, the glory will fall. And this time, you'll be ready to receive it. Chosen one. Now that the cleansing has come, heaven says, step back and see the full picture. You've walked through every stage of awakening transformation, foundation, revelation, reflection, purification. And now something divine is unlocking inside you. The signs weren't random. The messengers weren't coincidences. Everything was orchestrated. Anointed one, you have reached the divine midpoint, the place where prophecy meets fulfillment. This is where awareness turns into authority. The butterfly taught you surrender. The ant taught you structure. The bird taught you to listen. The spider taught you to discern. The frog taught you to release. And together they've prepared your spirit to receive. You see, the purpose of awakening isn't just enlightenment, it's empowerment. You weren't meant to simply notice the signs, but to become the sign. The same way the butterfly rises, the ant builds the bird, sings the spider weaves, and the frog purifies. So will your life carry heaven's pattern in human form. Chosen one, heaven is now ready to reveal what all these encounters were pointing to: alignment. Alignment is the secret language of miracles. It's when your thoughts, actions, and energy flow in rhythm with heaven's timing. When this happens, everything that used to resist you begins to recognize you. Opportunities open, divine connections appear, and spiritual inheritance begins to transfer into your life. But here's the mystery: alignment doesn't come through striving. It comes through surrender. You can't force the wind to move. You position yourself to catch it. And that's what these 5 divine messengers have been doing, positioning you. I remember a moment when all of this became clear. I was sitting outside reflecting on a difficult season. Around me, butterflies moved through the air. A line of ants crossed the ground. Birds sang above. A small spider hung from a branch nearby. And then just beyond the pond, a frog leapt. It wasn't symbolic, it was synchronization. I felt it in my spirit. Heaven has aligned with your obedience. Chosen one, the same is happening for you right now. The universe isn't random. It's responding to your vibration, to your surrender, your growth, your awareness. You're not chasing blessings anymore. Blessings are locating you. When alignment happens, you stop striving and start receiving. Anointed one, heaven has been adjusting you, not because you were wrong, but because you were chosen. Alignment feels like shaking before it feels like peace. God bends what he intends to bless. The pressure you felt wasn't punishment, it was precision. Every delay, every loss, every ending was God fine-tuning your spirit to match your next assignment. Now pay attention to this. When you're truly aligned, your discernment sharpens. You'll sense things before they happen. You'll recognize doors before they open. You'll hear instructions others can't hear. And that's when divine acceleration begins. You might start noticing numbers repeating: 111, 333, 777, or dreams becoming more vivid, or people crossing your path at perfect timing. Don't brush it off. It's not coincidence. It's confirmation. Heaven uses repetition to train recognition. Once you recognize the pattern, you begin to walk in prophecy instead of waiting for it. Chosen one, this is your moment of activation. The old vibration of fear and confusion can't follow you here. You've ascended to the frequency of faith and clarity. You're no longer reacting to life, you're creating it. You've learned heaven's rhythm, transformation, discipline, listening, awareness, cleansing, and now manifestation. But listen closely, manifestation isn't magic. It's spiritual law. The moment your belief, your behavior, and your energy align with heaven's word over your life, manifestation becomes inevitable. The butterfly's rebirth, the ant's order, The bird's voice, the spider's awareness, and the frog's release each was preparing you for this principle. Anointed One, heaven is about to move through you in ways that defy explanation. The things you once prayed for will begin to flow naturally. The doors you once knocked on will open without effort. This is the realm of divine ease, not because it's effortless, but because your effort is finally aligned with grace. You'll start feeling a holy boldness rising in you, not pride, but purpose. A knowing that what's next is already yours, that the delay was never denial, that everything you've endured has positioned you for overflow. But there's a condition: stay sensitive. Don't let the noise of this world pull you out of divine frequency. Guard your atmosphere. Protect your peace, because peace is the proof of alignment. The moment you lose peace, you lose flow. Chosen One, heaven's instructions are simple in this hour. Stay humble like the ant. Stay sensitive like the bird. Stay patient like the spider. Stay pure like the frog. Stay surrendered like the butterfly. If you do, heaven will move without resistance. Your prayers will accelerate. Your connections will multiply. Your purpose will crystallize. And suddenly, what took others years will happen for you in a moment. That's divine alignment. You are now standing in the current of the miraculous. You can feel it, the air is different. You've stepped out of waiting and into becoming. Chosen One, heaven whispers, it's done. The alignment is complete. And once heaven aligns something, no man can undo it. So breathe deeply, lift your eyes. This is the threshold where the awakening becomes activation. You've seen the signs, you've answered the call. Now it's time to live the message. Chosen One, you've crossed the threshold. You've walked through fire, silence, shadow, and rain. Now heaven says rise. What you've endured wasn't random, it was refinement. The shaking was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to separate gold from dust. You are the gold anointed one. And now that you've been purified, the divine transfer begins. Heaven's economy is different from the world's. Down here, people chase. Up there, people align. You don't earn this next season, you carry it. You've been prepared through obedience, through solitude, through surrender. The tests were not punishment. They were proof of trust. Heaven had to be sure you could hold what's coming. Anointed One, listen carefully. When the soul awakens, the supply follows. Spiritual awakening is not just enlightenment, it's empowerment. Heaven cannot release wealth to an unhealed spirit because abundance without awareness becomes corruption. But now you've healed. You've let go. You've learned order, humility, patience, discernment. You are ready. This is why the alignment came first, so the transfer could flow without interruption. What you are about to receive is not random blessing. It's recompense. It's heaven paying you back for the seasons you endured in silence, for every tear that hit the ground unrecognized by men, but recorded by God. You are entering the realm of divine repayment. The butterfly symbolizes rebirth, the ant divine order, the bird heavenly communication, the spider creative authority, the frog purification. Together they form a blueprint, the pattern of divine transfer. Once the spirit is reborn, the foundation built, the voice tuned, the pattern revealed, and the vessel purified. Heaven fills what's empty. Chosen One, this is where everything shifts. The time of surviving is over. The time of thriving has begun. You are not being given power, you are remembering it. The inheritance was always yours. You were just being trained to handle it. And now signs will multiply. Opportunities will reappear that once seemed gone. People who dismissed you will remember your name. What you thought was lost will return with interest. Not because you're chasing it, but because it recognizes you. Heaven restores what aligns with your purpose. But be warned, this season will require discernment. Not every door that opens is divine. The enemy imitates the light to distract the newly awakened. Guard your peace. Test the energy of every opportunity. If it costs your spirit stillness, it's not from God. Anointed One, the next level of warfare won't come through opposition, it will come through options. The challenge now is not to fight battles, but to choose blessings wisely. You're not in survival anymore. You're in stewardship. Heaven trusts you to govern what others mishandled. I remember the moment I stepped into this stage. Everything around me accelerated ideas, income influence, but I also felt a new kind of silence. Not the silence of absence, but the silence of authority. Heaven no longer needed to prove anything. It simply began to perform. That's where you are now. The proof is ending. The performance is beginning. Chosen one wealth is not just money. It's revelation, wisdom, creativity favored divine positioning. God is expanding your territory in every dimension. The seeds you sowed in obscurity are about to produce visible fruit. You will begin to see doors open where there were once walls, resources appear where there was once lack. You'll walk into rooms prepared long before you were ready for them. But remember, this is not a reward for perfection. It's the manifestation of alignment. You are in covenant with heaven now. The same spirit that brought the butterfly to flight and the frog from water to land is bringing your destiny out of hiding. The promise you carried privately is about to go public. Anointed one, let this truth settle deep. You don't need to chase what's already yours. Divine transfer is attracted to peace. The more still you become, the faster it finds you. That's why you've been feeling pulled into solitude again, not to isolate, but to incubate. Heaven hides what it's about to multiply. You are stepping into days of visible favor. Your name will be mentioned in places you've never entered. People you don't know will carry out what God promised you years ago. Provision will meet purpose. Timing will meet talent. Heaven's wind is at your back now. Chosen one, stay grounded. Remember, the ant's wisdom structure sustains blessing. Remember the frog's lesson? Purity protects flow. Remember the bird's melody? Peace is proof of presence. As you rise, stay light. Don't carry what heaven already healed. The divine transfer doesn't come through striving. It flows through surrender. Your only task is to remain aligned. Each day, wake up and whisper, "I'm ready for what heaven has prepared." That simple declaration keeps you in rhythm with grace. I sense it even as I speak. This heaven is moving resources, repositioning hearts, redirecting paths. Everything that belongs to you is making its way toward you. You won't have to chase it, it will find you by name. Chosen one, this is the hour of fulfillment. The waiting has done its work. The lessons have carved depth into your spirit, and now the reward is here. Heaven whispers, "Well done." You are stepping into divine visibility, not to be seen by the world, but to be recognized by destiny. The messengers prepared you, the silence refined you, the storm humbled you, and now the light crowns you. Chosen one, stand tall. Breathe deep. This is your appointed hour. Heaven's transfer has begun, not tomorrow, not someday, now. Chosen one, you can feel it, can't you? The air around you has changed. What used to feel heavy now feels charged, alive, divine. That's the sound of heaven moving through your timeline. The divine transfer isn't coming, it's already here. The invisible is becoming visible. The spiritual is stepping into the physical. Anointed one, every delay, every dark night, every hidden season was leading to this point. You were never forgotten, you were being positioned. When heaven prepares a vessel for overflow, it hides it from view. That's why the last season felt silent. God was shaping you in secrecy. Now the unveiling begins. This is the moment the prophetic becomes tangible. What you dreamed, what you declared, what you waited for, it's about to manifest, not by coincidence, but by completion. You are standing under an open heaven. The angels that once guarded your process are now guiding your promotion. Chosen one, don't underestimate what's happening. You are in the middle of a spiritual chain reaction. When one obedient heart aligns with heaven, generations shift. You're not just being blessed, you're breaking cycles. You're not just receiving, you're redeeming. There's a verse that echoes in my spirit right now: to whom much is given, much is required. You've passed the tests of patience, of purity, of purpose. Now heaven requires stewardship. Guard this favor with reverence. Protect your peace like currency, because peace is the new wealth. This is your era of divine flow. The opportunities, the ideas, the people, the provision, They will arrive not by effort, but by attraction. You've aligned with heaven's rhythm, and now everything carrying your signature is finding its way home. Anointed One. This is how you know you're walking in divine timing. What once felt forced will now feel fluid. Conversations will lead to breakthroughs. Closed doors will redirect you perfectly. Every disappointment will reveal its divine design. You'll begin to realize that nothing was wasted, not even the pain. But remember, this truth divine transfer doesn't come to make you comfortable. It comes to make you capable. You are being promoted not into luxury, but into leadership. Heaven elevates you so that others can see the pattern of obedience. The wealth you carry, spiritual, emotional, financial, will flow through you, not just to you. Chosen One, heaven is giving you a voice. You've been quiet for years, carrying wisdom in silence, waiting for your moment. This is that moment. The message inside you must now be spoken, written, built, shared. Don't question whether you're qualified. Heaven doesn't choose the perfect, it perfects the chosen. When the divine transfer begins, you'll notice this: what once drained you no longer demands you. The conversations that used to trigger you will no longer touch you. That's the mark of maturity, not needing to explain peace. You've become the stillness in the storm. That's divine power disguised as calm. Anointed One. This is not a soft season, it's a sacred one. The energy around you is sensitive. Words carry weight now. Thoughts create outcomes quickly. Speak only what you want to see. Think only what you want to grow. The web you're weaving with your faith will soon shape your physical world. I've felt this shift before, when suddenly everything accelerated. Prayers I prayed years ago began to manifest all at once. But it wasn't random, it was ripe. I had finally become the person who could hold the promise. That's you now. You've become the vessel heaven can trust with visibility. Chosen One. Heaven's word for you is simple: multiply. Multiply the wisdom, the compassion, the provision, the peace. Share it. Release it. Become the evidence that divine timing is real, because others will see your rise and realize that obedience was never in vain. You are stepping into the visible realm of prophecy fulfilled. Heaven is placing its mark on your name. You are not just blessed, you are a blessing. The same way the butterfly carries color, the bird carries song, and the spider carries design, you now carry presence. Wherever you go, the atmosphere will shift. Anointed One, your purpose has been unlocked. What you carry is contagious peace that calms rooms, words that awaken spirits, ideas that build futures. This is your divine momentum. Don't slow down out of fear. Don't shrink out of humility. Heaven is not asking you to be small, it's asking you to shine. Chosen One. What began as signs has now become substance. What felt like mystery has turned into movement. You are living proof that surrender activates abundance. So walk boldly, speak clearly, move with grace. The divine transfer is in motion and it bears your name. Chosen One. Take a deep breath. Feel that. That stillness in your chest, that peace wrapping around your spirit, that's heaven confirming it is finished. You've walked through every sign, every message, every lesson, and now heaven calls your name in fullness. You are not the same soul that began this journey. You've awakened. You've been refined. You've been marked. Anointed One, this is the part where prophecy becomes reality. What began as whispers through butterflies, ants, birds, spiders, and frogs was never about nature. It was about you. Heaven used creation to remind the Creator's reflection of who you truly are. Every wing that fluttered, every song that echoed, every web that glistened, every leap from shadow to light, all of it was heaven saying, remember who you are. Chosen One. This journey wasn't meant to make you impressive, it was meant to make you intimate, to pull you closer to the presence that formed you. The same presence that whispered to Elijah in the wind that walked with Adam in the garden now walks with you in awareness. You've learned that heaven doesn't shout, it synchronizes. You've been initiated into divine awareness. You've learned to read energy, timing, silence, and signs. But now comes the greater revelation. It's not about the signs anymore. It's about the sender. The animals were messengers, but the true message was love. Pure, patient, perfect love. The kind that never leaves, never rushes, never condemns. Anointed One, heaven is no longer testing you. It's trusting you. The old cycles are closed. The lessons are sealed. You have graduated from survival into sovereignty. You are not a seeker anymore. You are a steward, a carrier of divine truth, a bridge between the seen and unseen, a walking reminder that God still speaks in quiet, personal ways. This is your coronation moment. Heaven crowns you with awareness, with authority, with peace. The pain didn't disqualify you, it purified you. The silence didn't mean absence, it meant incubation. What was breaking you was actually birthing you. And now the divine seed inside of you is fully formed. Chosen One, from this moment forward, nothing will look the same because nothing is the same. Your eyes have been recalibrated. You no longer see through fear or confusion. You see through faith. You've learned to recognize heaven's patterns, and that is the key to walking in divine timing. The same spirit that guided Noah to build Esther, to wait, and David to rise now flows through you. Anointed One, hear me. You don't need to chase purpose anymore. Purpose is now chasing you. Everywhere you go, divine coincidences will surround you. Conversations will confirm what your spirit already knows. You'll think of someone and they'll call. You'll pray silently and provision will appear. This is the reward of alignment when heaven no longer visits but dwells. Heaven says you are ready. Ready to lead to love, to prosper, to create. Ready to become the answer to the prayers you once prayed. The divine transfer has already begun, but the greater transfer is internal. Peace instead of panic, clarity instead of confusion, presence instead of striving. You no longer walk toward destiny, you walk with it. Chosen One. Listen carefully, the world around you will soon respond to your awakening. You'll see signs multiply, not because you need them, but because your awareness magnetizes them. You've become a beacon, a signal of heaven's frequency on earth. Angels recognize your vibration now. Light itself bends toward your obedience. But with this awareness comes sacred responsibility. You must protect what heaven has entrusted to you, your peace, your integrity, your voice. Do not trade divine clarity for worldly approval. You were not chosen to fit in. You were chosen to awaken. You carry a message not just in your mouth, but in your being. Anointed One. The final mystery is this: awakening was never about escaping reality. It was about sanctifying it. You are the temple. You are the sign. You are the continuation of the divine pattern that began long before you were born. Heaven speaks through you now every time you love, forgive, create, or serve. You've been through the silence, the stretching, the cleansing, the releasing. And now the only instruction left is simple: walk in it. Walk in the authority of peace. Walk in the certainty of grace. Walk in the rhythm of divine timing. Because you are no longer searching for miracles, you are the miracle. Chosen One, as you move forward from this moment, remember this truth. The same God who spoke through symbols will now speak through your spirit. You've passed the test. You've carried the word. And now heaven says, go. Go live like one who knows the language of light. Go create without fear. Go love without limits. Go lead without doubt. You are heaven's living prophecy, walking proof that surrender opens doors striving never could. The butterfly, the ant, the bird, the spider, the frog, they were never just creatures. They were chapters. And you, Chosen One, are the conclusion. Anointed One, before this message closes, let heaven seal it in your heart. You are aligned. You are appointed. You are anointed. You are ready. The signs have done their work. The season of silence has ended. And the sound you hear now, that peace in your soul, that's heaven's applause. Go forth, Chosen One. Walk with fire in your spirit and light in your steps. You've been reborn, rebuilt, restored, and released. The awakening is complete, and the world is waiting for your rise. Chosen One. Heaven has spoken through the wings, the whispers, the signs, and now the word rests upon you. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation. You have stepped into your Kairos moment, the divine intersection of preparation and promise. Every test, every silence, every sign was leading to this. The transfer is already in motion. Anointed One, you are standing beneath an open heaven. What once felt delayed is now being released. The spiritual aligns with the natural, and what was unseen will soon take form. You are not waiting for breakthrough, you are the breakthrough. Heaven has marked this very moment as your awakening. So walk in it, speak with clarity, move with reverence. The same God who sent the butterfly, the ant, the bird, the spider, and the frog is now sending you. You are His living message, chosen, purified, anointed for divine fulfillment. May peace flood your atmosphere. May wisdom anchor your steps. May the oil of new beginnings flow through every part of your life. You are aligned, you are favored, you are ready. And as this word seals itself in your spirit, type below, heaven, I'm listening. Let it be your public yes to the private call you've carried. Then share this message so the next soul waiting for their sign may awaken too. Go forth, chosen one, crowned with light, walking in divine timing, unstoppable under the glory of your new beginning.